Good night, don't die. Hopefully I'll see you at sun's rise. But if I don't, I'll know you're here, waiting for death to lend you an ear. You were beaten and tortured, your screams filled the night, the inky blackness echoing night's fright at that horrible sight. I waited for your return, hoping it was not in an urn. I saw your figure's silhouette, and from my vantage on the hill, I watched it sweat. Stumbling up the slope, ragged breaths escaping from your throat. As you neared, I ran to aid, praying you were not too far to be saved. You collapsed in my arms, a scared little boy, beseeching a God forever on hold. Together we'd sweat, and together we'd worked to drag you back from the hearse. We finally made it to the bed, the trail behind us stained potently red. After hours of pain, you fell into slumber, tossing and turning as you went asunder. As darkness took hold, clouds covered the moon. I feared that the clouds would cover you too. As my eyes adjust to the newfound night, I find myself seeing in a different light. I think to myself how I ended up here, on the edge of a straw bed, wallowing in fear, stroking the hair of a babe in distress, praying to God that he will progress. The house that I'm in seems more like a shack, with fake windows to mock what I know I don't have. I look out the door, still left ajar, seeing the manor to whom I belong. As rage fills my heart, despair fills my mind. You can't fight an evil older than time. Perhaps one day they'll understand that we too are human, just as old and as scared. Perhaps we were wrong to call you the devil, as you were to compare our value to pebbles. You see, we're the same, all the good and the bad. We just have to learn how to live with the fact that people are broken. There's no changing that. But if that should happen, it won't be in my time, for the pain is just starting to ebb into life. The boy at my side takes his last ragged breath, his body finally coming to rest. There comes a time when we all must die, but please, God, don't let that time be tonight. I had prayed that the night would not take you to flight, but ho, the sun's rise has just come into sight. Now your soul can be free, you can dance in the wind, and sprout angel wings as you shoot to the end. The more you suffer in life, you're rewarded in death, which is why you must thrive in the highest ascent. I watch your soul leave, make its way to the sky, in the form of a bird as it flies oh so high, and it shoots through the clouds away from this life. I watch this unfold with glistening eyes as the dove flies you away to the other side. But I cry not for you, for what's there to mourn? You've gained your freedom, you're already gone. But for myself, I cry a sad song. I can't help but feel pain in spite of our love, for the envy I feel towards your mourning dove. You left me here alone to starve, my very sun gone in this forlorn morning song. Bereft of my purpose, I wander the fields, not giving heed to the whip at my heels. As I walk, I think back in time, to a time much more simple, a life once divine. Oh, how I miss watching elephants roam in the African plains from that life long ago. My own tribesmen, they came, put me in a sack. I was sold for provisions, or maybe an axe. At the time, I was a scared little girl, so I cried and I waited for that sack to unfurl. It was carried away and they swung it around, while I tumbled around in my burlap bounds. The sack was then handed to some strange-sounding men. They were the last thing I heard before my head hit the deck. When I awoke, I was out of my sack. The ship had set sail, there was no going back. It's funny how much can change in a day. One day's for fun, the next there's no play. Chained to the floor, I listen to waves. As bow cuts through water, I hear steering change, traveling off to my American fate.